or whatever you have. This is our very first lesson done by YouTube and done with this kind of software. I'm using Ink2Go software and a bamboo tablet. This is a bamboo tablet right here. And that's what I'm going to draw on. And we're going to learn a math lesson this way. We're going to see if we can continue this and if it works real well. The first lesson that we're going to do together is the third grade math curriculum, Module 2, Lesson 4. And our objective is that we're going to solve word problems involving time intervals within 1 hour by counting forward and backward using the number line and the clock. Now, before we get started, please find your template that has your clock and your number line on the back. You're going to use those as we're working, okay? Now, parents, I need the students to watch the video 2 times. The first time they just need to watch it. The second time they actually need to pause it when I ask them to pause it, try the problems, and then start the movie again to see how they did with their problems. And then they can compare to what I do. When they're finished with this lesson, then I need them to complete their practice problems and return the practice problems to class the next day. So I'm excited to see how this works. All right, kids. We're going to start with our application problem. The fluency practices and all the counting and things like that we're going to do that in class. So we're going to always start these off with our application problem. The application problem today is going to be kind of fun because it has, oh, I need a pen right here. It has a Patrick, let's see if we can get it right, and, which is kind of fun because we have a Patrick in our class. And it has a Lily. Now, listen first, and then we will record what we need to record, and we're going to do the problem together. So we do it 2 times, remember? So let's listen first. The problem is this. Patrick and Lily start their chores at 5 p.m. The clock and the number line show the times that Patrick and Lily finish their chores. Who finishes first? Explain how you know. Now, are you curious? Patrick, let me find my mouse here. I'm getting used to the software as well. Now, remember, we learned in between each one of the lines, the 5 segments, has 4 spots in the middle. Remember, 4 numbers, because there are 4 numbers that fall between 30 and 35. So I just happen to know, looking at my curriculum here, that Patrick finishes at this time. Now they start over here at 5 o'clock. Whoops, let's get it right. And over here, it's all 1 hour. So 60 minutes from 5 o'clock is 6 o'clock. Okay, here's Patrick's time. He ends at 5:31. I'm not sure why that's doing that, Dottie, so let's try that again. Now, Lily ends, she's got the clock over here, and she's in the 5 o'clock hour. Whoops, that kind of looks like 4 o'clock. Let me try again. Getting used to this too. I have an eraser. Isn't that fun? All right, now back to the pencil. Coming back here. Whoops, still thinks I'm doing an eraser. Hope I want this one. Okay. Now, right here, 5 o'clock. And then I'm going to go and touch the one that she has so you don't have any question. All right, she ends, what time is that? Well, we know it's 5 o'clock. 5:30, because we know this is 5:30. 5:35, 5:40, 5:41, 5:42, 5:43. Lily ends at 5:43. Okay, well, who finishes first? Now, the thing that they asked us to do was to explain our answer. Well, we can do it one of 2 ways. We can compare on the clock, or we can compare on the number line. So let's start with the number line. Where would Lily's be? Well, Lily is over here in the 40s, right? So we know that there's 4 lines in between. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, where would 5:43 be? 40, 41, 42, 43. So here is Lily's, right here. Now, we can tell just by looking at the number line that 31 comes before 43? This is 5:43. We know just by looking at this with our eyes, we can tell. Now, let's compare over here at the clock. So where's 5:31? Well, it's over here, 5:30. Whoops, we got to move it over to this one, 5:31. Now, which one comes first on the clock? We know that you start over here on the 12 and you go all the way around, and we know that this is definitely first. So Patrick gets done first. So we're going to write this. Patrick finishes his chores. It's writing a little slower than I am. Okay, here we go. Slow down, Mrs. Corlett. He finishes his chores first because, how do we know? What would we like to say? Well, you can complete this statement by either telling me about the clock, what you noticed over here by the clock, or you can tell me about what you noticed over here by the timeline. So I'm going to say that Patrick finishes his, I'm going to use the timeline, and I'm going to say he finishes his chore first because I can see on the timeline, that 31 comes before 40. Whoops, I did 45 over here. That's not 45. What should it be? It should be 43. Whoops. Let's try to fix that. Well, you know, Mrs. Corlett makes mistakes. It's what she does sometimes. I know. That's right. Nope. Try it again. Click. Okay. Here we go. 5:43. Because 31 comes before 43. Patrick. This looks like an R. Patrick finishes his chores first because I can see on the number line that 31 comes before 43. This tells us the answer. It tells why we think it. And this is the kind of answer that I'm going to be looking for. I want to know what you're thinking and how you figured that out. Okay, I'm going to clear this off. And then we're going to turn to the next slide on my PowerPoint. Now this time we are only looking at a number line. So all of these problems are going to be done on a number line. And this green line here, even though it's a little crooked, is my number line. Now, see, we start with 0. What would 0 be? 0 is the beginning of the hour, and we go all the way to 60. 60 would be the end of the hour or the beginning of the next hour. Okay, now, we know that Lily finished after Patrick. So let's use the number line to figure out how many more minutes than Patrick Lily took. So now remember, finding my mouse. Whoops, we don't need that. Nope, didn't click up. There we go. Erase. There. Learning this software. Okay, and this pen, a little tricky. Now we knew that Patrick was over here at 5:31. Okay, so we have 5:30, 5:31. Here's Patrick. I'm putting a P here for Patrick. And we know that Lily was over here at 5:43. So 41, 42, 43, 44, and then here is 45. So right here is Lily's. What can we do to figure out, oh wait, do you know what? We got to remember that this is 5 o'clock. So we always need to, come on mouse, label our number line. Now we know over here is 5 o'clock, and we know that over here is now 6 o'clock because this is all 1 hour. This number line shows me exactly 1 hour, and this is the hour between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. I can even write p.m. Label it even more clearly. Okay, here we go. Now, we can count all the lines. Now, we know that there are 4 lines here. 1, 2, 3, 4, because there's 4 lines in between every segment because there are segments of 5, right? So, we know that the line is the 5th line. So, in between is going to be 4 numbers. Now, we could go and we could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, keep counting, but that takes kind of a long time. So let's do it another way. Let's do it and see if we can do it by adding 5s. Now, how many 5s do we have in between? Do we have any whole 5s? Sure we do. We have this whole 5. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put 5 because we know that between 35 and 40 is 5. Now let's count our individual ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So we have 5 plus 5. So easy. What is it? It's 10. 10. Now 10 what? 10 frogs? It's not 10 frogs. It is 10 minutes. So how much longer did it take? That's not right. We've done something wrong. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, because I see what we've done wrong. Okay. See, even Common Core is a little bit confusing for the teachers. Not a problem, right? So instead, let's just keep it simple. Instead of adding it up, let's go back and just count. Now we know, where's my eraser? I'm trying to find my software here. I'm erasing things that don't need to be erased. Okay, we do know that this is a 5-minute line here. Go back to my pen. Here's my pen. Now, while this is 5, the distance between 31 and 35 is 4 because we have to count this line right here. And this is where our error was. We didn't count this line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7. So 5 plus 7 is 12 minutes. And that is how we correct our error. Okay, so between 31 and 43 is 12 minutes. Is that right? Yes. Okay, so Lily took longer. She took 12 minutes more. Erase. I'm going to erase this whole slide, and we're going to try something else. Now this time, let's change things up. Let's have something that we don't know, part of our problem, and then let's see if we can find out what we don't know. So for instance, if we start math at 10:15, now that means that this is the 10 o'clock hour, right? So here's 10 o'clock. If we start math at 10:15, that would put this B at 11. Start at 10:15. Here's 10:15. This is when we're going to start our math lesson right here. Starting math at 10:15, and we work for 23 minutes. How, or what time is it when it ends? Well, let's figure it out. We have 23 minutes. So how many minutes is this? 5, 10, 15, 20. Uh-oh. We have 23 minutes. 21, 22, 23. That was a pretty good math lesson. It took us 23 minutes. What time is it? Well, what's our hour? We had to label it first, remember? We look over here. It's a 10 o'clock hour. We're not to 11 yet. So we have 10 o'clock. And then we can look over here, 10:35, 10:36, 10:37, 10:38 is 10:38 when we finish. That's how we find the unknown. What was it that we didn't know? We did not know our ending time, but now we do. Okay, let's try another one. This time, I'm clearing it up. This time, picking up my pen, what if we only know the start time and the end time, and we don't know how long it takes? Let's see if we can find that out. So now we're going to talk about reading, and this is happening in the 11 o'clock hour because it's after math, and the 12 o'clock hour in this particular school. Usually we would be at lunch, but not here. Okay, so Leslie starts reading at 11:24. Now this is 11:05, 11:10, 11:15, 11:20, 11:21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, so this is when we're starting. This is when Leslie starts reading. And she finishes reading at 11:57. Okay, I'm just going to skip to the 50s. 11:50, 11:55, 11:56, 11:57. Okay, so here's where she stopped. I wonder how much time there is between 11, let's write this right here. 20, oh my goodness, try it again with my writing. I'll get used to it, don't worry. First time for everything, right? 11, come on now. 24. And this was 11:57. How much time is in between? Well, let's first start by counting by fives. Okay, here we go. 5, here's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so we've got 30 here. Now, how many more minutes between 11:24 and 11:25? That's 1 minute, right? Okay. How many minutes between 11:55 and 11:57? Oh, that's 2 minutes, right? Because we also know that 7 take away 5 is 2, so that's another way to check. So we have 2 minutes. Now let's add it up. 30 plus 1 is 31. 31 plus 2 is 33. So how long did Leslie read? She read for 33 minutes. Make sure that you remember to tell me that they are not frogs, but these are minutes. Label our work. Good. Now let's try something else. Clearing this up. Okay, this time, what if we know the end time and we know how long it took, but we don't know when it started? Let's find that one. Okay, now this time, this is happening after school, and this is Joe doing his homework. Now, this is in the 5 p.m. hour. So this would be what? If that's 5 p.m., this is going to be 6 p.m. Okay, whoops, there we go. Now, let's see what it says. It says Joe finishes his homework at 5:48. Okay, so let's see where that is. 5:40, 5:45, 5:46, 5:47, 5:48. Okay, so here's when he finishes. He's all done. It took him 32 minutes. What time does he start his homework? Well, do I count forwards or do I count backwards? This is the last time. This is his ending time. Thinking I need to count backwards, and that way is backwards. So, here we go. 32 minutes. Well, here's 1 minute. Here's 2 minutes. Now, we're going to have to do things a little bit different here because we have another minute in between. That means he didn't start right on an easy number, right? Okay. Now, that means that when we count, we're all going to have to count our fives over here, right? With 1 over. Don't know how long, but we're going to have to make our new lines. So instead of counting backwards to 540, we're going to have to count backwards to 541. And then 5 more before that would be 536, and 5 more before that. Okay, so let's do that. We've got our 2. Now we've got to count 30 because we know 2 plus 30 is 32. So here we go. Here's our first 5. 5, 10, 15, 20. Whoops, we need another one. Let's do some more. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, now we've got our 2 minutes here. We have our 30 minutes here. Now, remember we have 1 left here. So here we go. 30. Now if I read the number line, I'm going over this way. What is my hour? My hour is 5 o'clock. But what's my minute? Is it 15? Nope, not 15. Remember, it was on the first line here. It was on the first line. See how we did that? Whoops. Now I've added an extra line. Good grief. Okay, back we go. So it's going to be 5:16 instead of 5:15. So he started his homework at exactly 5:16 p.m. Well, that's kind of like life because we don't always do everything exactly on the even numbers, do we? Sometimes we do them on other increments. It's not that important, but we can still do math when it's not exactly even. Okay, erase. Now, this time, we're going to do some of the similar math problems where we don't know something. And I'm going to pause. I'm going to ask you to pause the movie, and then I want you to try it using your template, using your number line template. This right here. And then I want you to try it on your own, push play, and then compare how you do it with me. Okay, change your answers as you need to. This is a learning process. Okay, it took me 42 minutes to cook dinner last night. I must have been something really good like spaghetti. I finished cooking at 5:56. Okay, so if this is 5:56, 56, what time would this be? This is going to become 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. So what would my first one be? We're in the 5 o'clock hour, right? Same as with Joe doing his homework. Okay, I finished right there, 5:56, and it took me 42 minutes to finish the whole dinner. Okay, so, we're on the first line here. Now remember that there's 4 lines between every single one, and you can see it on your number line. Whoops, there we go. We're gonna have to do a bunch of these. I'm just going to put my lines in so you can see. That'll just make things a little more easier. Now, make sure that yours is done. Please pause right now and see if you can figure out what time I started. Pause the movie. Okay, you have paused the movie and you have now tried this out. Now, let's go backwards. Let's count backwards on our number line here. I got to go backwards 42 minutes, but I'm over here at 5:56. Now I'm going to go back 5, right? Well, let's see. I know that this is my first one. I know this is my first one. So I'm going to go to the first ones to count my 5s. Okay? Here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Let's go even more. Oops, made a mistake. Let's get rid of this. Okay, try it again. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Whoops, need some more. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Now I got to do 2 minutes. 1 minute, 2 minutes. What time is this time? Right here. What time is that? Well, we know it's 5 o'clock, 5 something. Now let's count, let's read forward to see what it is. This is falling after 5:10, so we can count from here. 5:10, 5:11, 5:12, 5:13, 5:14. What time did Mrs. Corlett start dinner? At 5:14 p.m. Did you get the same answer? If not, I hope you fixed it as we were doing it. Okay, let's try another problem. I'm going to clear it up. Oops, clear it up again. Now, this time, Henry starts riding his bike at 3:12. Henry gets to have some after-school exercise, which is good for all of us. So 3:12 tells me that we're going to be in the 3 o'clock hour, which ends at 4 o'clock. Okay, so he starts riding his bike at 3:12. Where is that? 10. Now remember, there's 4 between all of these. Right here, 3:12, 3:10, 3:11, 3:12. This is where he starts. Now he rides for 36 minutes. What time does he stop riding his bike? Well, I know I'm going to have to put these 4 in again. I hope you're paying attention to see that there are 4 lines in between each one. I'm not sure how many to do, so I'm just doing a whole bunch. Okay. Now, how many minutes? 36 minutes he rode his bike for. Oh my goodness. Sometimes it catches up with me, sometimes I go too fast. Okay, try again. 36 minutes is how long he rode his bike for. So where is that? Okay, so we're going to start here. We're going to count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to be on the second one each time. Okay, here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and one more is 36. Okay, what time is it? Well, we know it's going to be 3 something. Let's read it. Okay, we're over here to 45, 46, 47, 48. So what time does he finish? He finishes riding his bike at 3:48 p.m. Did you get that? Okay, let's try another one. I forgot to tell you to pause it. This time I'm going to tell you to pause it. Okay, now, this is when I get to go exercising. This is happening pretty early in the morning, although we know it's not real because this is about the time that Mrs. Corla is actually getting to school. Now, this is happening in the a.m. That means the morning before noon. Okay, now I start exercising at 7:12. Where's 7:12? Oh, I need to just not erase all this so I don't have to keep putting them in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, I start at 7:12. Right here, 7:10, 7:11, 7:12. This is when I start exercising at 7:12. Now, I finish exercising at 7:53. Right here is 7:53. How long did I exercise for? Okay, pause your video and I want you to try to figure that out by yourself. Okay? Pause your video. Okay, welcome back. Start again. Now I want to know how long in between. Well, we're going to have to count by 5s. 5s is pretty easy this way. Whoops, I don't want that. I want a pencil. So I got to figure out, I'm on the second one. I'm always going to go to the second one when I count by 5s. So here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and then I'm not to that last line yet. I've got one more, 36. How long did it take me to do my exercises? It took me 36 minutes. Did you write minutes? I hope so, because that's your answer. We need to make sure we label our answers. Very good. Let's try one more. Okay. This time I'm going to put some lines. See if it catches up with me. Yep, it did. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Okay. We can put 4 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what's this problem? Alright, Cassie's working on her art project, and it takes her 37 minutes. So we know how much time it took her. Last problem, we didn't know how much time. This is how much time has elapsed or passed. So she starts working at 1:48. That tells me that this is my 1 o'clock. Go ahead and label it. So 1 p.m. actually. 1 p.m. So if that's 1 p.m., this is going to be 2 p.m. Make sure you label it. Now, she starts her project at 1:48. Where is 1:48? Okay, well, let's see here. Where's my mouse? Trying to find, whoops, I'm writing. Okay, here we go. 1:40. Over here is 40. 45. Trying to find it. 46, 47, 48. Okay, this is when she starts. It takes her 37 minutes. Oh, wait a minute. This is when she finishes. This is her last time. This is her finishing time. I'm getting confused. This is her last time. This is when she's all done. Yay, she's all done with her project. But it took her 37 minutes. What time did she start? Here's a helpful hint. I think you're going to be counting backwards on the number line. Pause the video and have a shot of it on your own. Okay, welcome back. 37 minutes. I'm counting backwards on the number line because I already know when she ended. I got to know when she begins. So I'm on the third one each time. That's where I'm going to do my 5 humps. Are you ready? Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37. Now here's her beginning time. What time is that? I can see that it's going to be 1 o'clock. It's in the 1 o'clock hour. Now, oops. Okay, back to the pen. Now, let's read what it says. 1:10, 1:11. So what time did she begin? She began at 1:11 p.m. Did you get it? Did you get the same one? Excellent. Good. Erase. Now, this time, let's use a clock to do it. Okay. Let's use a clock this time. And let's do a similar problem. Trying to find the next page here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now, here's our clock. Finding my mouse. Let's see. It's not quite that. There it is. There's the clock I want. Okay, here we go. Now, this time, it's going to take me, let's say, let's do 45 minutes to cook my supper. Okay? So, this is how long it took me. Now, I know that supper had to happen at 6 o'clock. Okay, so this is when it had to be on the table at my house because we had activities. So this is the ending time. When would the beginning time be? Pause your video and see if you can do it. Great, welcome back. Now, if I were you, I would be going backwards on my clock. I got to go back 45 minutes. Okay, here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Now, I'm not sure why that did not connect, but it didn't. Okay, so right here's my time. What time did I start? What time would that be? I'm thinking that this hand is still going to be here, and I went backwards. So is it going to be on a 6? I think it's going to be on a 6. I think it's going to be over here before the 6, right, and after the 5. And so that means that this hand over here is coming back around to here, and it's going to be going this direction. So what time did I start? I started at 5:15 p.m. Did you get that? I hope so. Okay, let's try another one. Now this time, back to Henry. Let's say he starts riding his bike at 3:15. Let's make it harder than 3:15. We like challenges. Let's say he started riding, getting my pen back. He started riding his bike at 3:16. Now, why isn't that right? Click on it again. 3:16, that's when he started. Now, he rode for 36 minutes. Okay. When did he finish? What time was he when it was done? Now we know that 3 o'clock is over here. We know 3:16 is going to go right here. Okay, do you have that started? Now pause your video, and I think you're going to go forward. Give it a shot. All right, welcome back. Did you go forward? I hope so. Let's go forward 36 minutes. Now, remember how we did how we don't always have to go right to here, do we? We can go to the beginning, the first line, just like that's the first line when we count our 5. So let's do that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36. What time would that be? This means that this big hand is going to be coming over here, right? And now it's pointed to this spot. What time would that be? Are we to 4 o'clock? Nope, not yet. We're closer, but not all the way there. So it's going to still be in the 3 o'clock hour. Okay, so 3:15, 3:20, 3:25, 3:30, 3:35, 3:40, 3:45, 3:50, 3:51, 3:52 is the time that he finished. Excellent. Did you get that? Great. Okay, let's do another one. This time, we are back to the exercising. Now, Mrs. Corlett started exercising at, let's be more realistic. Let's say 6:45. Nah, how about 6:15? She got up extra early, 6:15. Okay, she starts exercising at 6:15. And she finishes at 6:58. Almost 7 o'clock. Good thing she hurried because she's almost going to be late. How many minutes did she exercise? Let's find out. Now we know when we do the clock that 6 goes this way, 6:15 is this way. Now, you got to get to 6:58. Where is 6:58? We know that the time is going to come around this way all the way to over here. So where's 6:58? It is right here. Okay, this is how far it went. Pause your video and tell me how many minutes. Hello, welcome back. Let's see how many minutes it was. Ready? Count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 41, 42, 43. Mrs. Corlett exercised for 43 minutes. That was an excellent workout. Did you get that? Good. If you didn't, I hope you fixed it. Last problem before you do your practice problems. Are you ready? Okay, now this is back to Cassie and her art project. Now, I know that she worked for 37 minutes. But this time, the art was at a different time. So this time, she finished. She finished her art project at 2:48. Okay, so here's 2 o'clock. So she finishes at 2:48. 2. Now here's 45, 46, 47, 48. Okay, so it's going to be coming all the way over here. This is when she's all done. Done. What time did she start? What time did she begin? Well, now we got to figure it out. Okay, go ahead, pause your video, and see if you can figure out what time she started. Welcome back. Okay, this tells me if I know the ending time, I need to go backwards in time to find out when she started. So I just know that this is the third line. I'm always going to start on the third line when I count by my 5. Sometimes it helps if you stick your little tab out just like this so you know exactly where you're going. Okay, ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37. And what time would that be? Well, we know it's going to come this way, and the hand is going to be here. What time would that be? Well, we know it's going to be in the 2 o'clock hour, but now we're going to count forward to find out what time it is. It's going to be 2:05, 2:10, 2:11. That's right, that's when she started at 2:11 p.m. Did you get that? Great, I'm so glad to hear that. Now, please complete your practice problems as best as you can. If you need to review this video, go ahead and review the video a third time to help you. Whatever you do not get finished, please leave blank and we'll take care of it at school. Now, we're going to do this every day, so let's see if we can make it work. In my classroom, instead of doing the practice problems, you're going to show me that you can do it by doing the exit ticket and the homework problems in the class. All right? Good luck!